The shorts are live now as well. Alrighty, now I just gotta set up the chat. And then we will be good to go. Little bit of extra time just to set some stuff up. Alright, so that's the horizontal chat. Chuck that over there, and this is the shorts. Alrighty. How are we doing today? We all doing good? Howdy ho, everyone. Chat is not broken, thank you very much. I just set up chat. It's better than what it usually is. I've gotten used to it, so I've set it all up. I have it on my one monitor, so I'm able to set up all chat right now. Right now, it's on screen on the horizontal. You can see it just fine. Why is Felipe in the middle? Purely for convenience, so everyone can still see everything that I'm doing. I can see the mega gauge, all that kind of stuff. That's why. And he's a little bit more to the left, so that if I target something, you can still see all the moves that they have. That is purely the reason. It doesn't mess with the UI, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty low energy today, I'll be honest. I woke up a little bit later. Lycan wasn't feeling too well with a migraine and stuff, so we've just been trying to help with that. So they're gonna be watching the stream, but they're gonna be just quietly moderating throughout the day. So I myself am also a little bit more lower energy, so it's gonna be a chill stream, nothing too crazy, not huge energy like normal, because I'm not gonna fake it, you know. I don't want to fake energy, you know what I mean. But I do hope that we're all having a lovely day. Charlie Wiseman, hello, hi. Chipper Champ, how you doing? Winry as well, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all having a lovely day. But to start off, we need a target. I know Machoke is still there from last time, but we don't need him right now. He's not a target at all, because we have to spin for our target. What? Wrong thing. There we go. Alrighty, let's do this. And let me actually get it up. And am I recording? Make sure that I am. Yep, all good. And around the wheel it goes. Where it stops, we're about to find out. As for the first hunt of the stream, we have to go for throw. Okay, so we have to do a distortion for this. We have to do a distortion for throw. That's kind of the only way we can hunt for him. So let me quickly get a shiny. What does a shiny even look like? What is throw shiny? Is it good? Not Thor. Throw. Okay, it's not amazing. He just turns more orange. Okay. Alright, I guess. T-H-R-O-H. Throw. Spelled it wrong when I saved it. T-H-R-O-H. Bada bing, bada boom. And now we simply have to get him here. Yeah, I phased on a sock not too long ago, and it was, I think I prefer socks shiny over this guy. And someone already subscribed, my goodness, even in the low energy. How we doing? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you so much for subscribing. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a lovely day, and hope you enjoy the stream. Did I not save it in the right place? Oh, did I save it in my freaking PNGs? Hold up. Yes, I did. Well, there he is. Big ol' sumo man. Make him relatively large. Alrighty, there he is. But yeah, they're not amazing. They're not great shinies, but we do have to get them regardless, because we're gonna get every shiny in the game. I feel like if I wasn't live streaming and doing this stuff, I would have gotten Like, I would have finished the living dex freaking ages ago, man. But that is the way of life. So we do need to find a distortion zone. Oh, he might be here. Oh, that's a Machamp, though. It's small, so more than likely it's not there. Alright, we just gotta do this for a bit then. The 21st was your birthday? Well, happy birthday for them. That was 4 days ago. Maybe 3 for you. Time zones are weird. For me, today is currently the 25th. So I hope you had a lovely birthday. Nope, wouldn't be there. I think throw can only appear in 2-star and up. I might be wrong, though. Your birthday's 2 days after Pokemon Day? What a great time to have a birthday. You get Pokemon news, and then your birthday's right after. Pretty good. And Noperino. Go, we got throw. No. And yep, none there. All good. Am I gonna get fire red or leaf green? See, that's the tricky question. It's something that I've been pondering for a bit, and it's like, it's $30 Australian, and it's like, do I want to drop $30 for fire red, leaf green on my Switch? You know what I mean? And like, part of me is saying yes, because then like I could stream it maybe, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's literally just fire red, leaf green. I don't know. I think it's fine. Like, it's $30 for a port, which is fine, especially in like a Pokemon game that you can like, it's an RPG, so you can put a lot of hours into. But it's like, it's a lot easier than, you know, wanting to get a physical copy nowadays, which is like what, over like hundreds of dollars, absolutely hundreds of dollars for it. Did I know Zelda's anniversary was on the 21st? Yes, and we haven't gotten an anniversary event since the 25th anniversary with Skyward Sword. And every year after that, I've never given my hopes up. But at the same time, I kind of understand why there wasn't anything. And like, I think part of it is probably just so they don't take away from the hype of like Pokemon Day and stuff. Maybe. Because they're games that came out, you know, relatively same time, right? Obviously, Pokemon Day is right around the corner, and the 21st was Zelda's 40th anniversary. And it's like, 35th we've got the Game & Watch. We did, well, I guess I'm thinking like huge announcements, you know? Because like the 25th was Skyward Sword. That was a whole new mainline game, you know? Whereas like, yeah, we got the Game & Watch. Oh, celebrating 35 years. And then nothing for the 40th. It's like, damn. And I think it's just because it just takes away from other things they're trying to build up hype with. You know? Which I guess makes sense, like, marketing wise, I suppose. They don't want to take, because like a lot of people who play Pokemon, whoa, oh, man, I'm, first and foremost, thank you very much, Thank you very much, Nathan. I really do appreciate it. You really don't have to. But thank you so much. Love your PNG. Honchkrow is such an underrated Pokemon. I have to agree. I love Honchkrow. I think he's just one of the best Pokemon, especially one of the ones that were like introduced in Sinnoh. I think he's such an underrated evolution that came from Murkrow. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very math. Thank you very math. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm oh shoot my knee. I'm fine. I knocked it on my desk. I'm more low energy today. Cause usually I'm losing my mind. And I might start losing my mind more near the end of the stream when I get my energy up. But it's gonna be very chill, very relaxed at the beginning. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, the stream will already be perfect. All streams are perfect, as long as you try your best. Whether you have 1 viewer or 200, as long as you're doing your best, always be proud of yourself. Doing, like, for anyone who's here and starting, like, I know Star's doing, like, live streaming as well and stuff. It's such a... It's tough sometimes. Genuinely, especially if you, you know, you like try and do a consistent stream schedule and you want to do it like full time, I suppose. It can be daunting when it's like you stream every day or every like second day, and it's like the viewers like only get to like 2, and then it can be it can be not daunting. What's the opposite of daunting? It can feel very like underwhelming, like, oh, what's the point in even doing this? And that's when you just take away the thing of the viewership. I never know how many people are watching at a time. And I make it a point to make sure I don't know that. Because then it's a thing, like, I look at it and I'm like, oh, there's only 2. You know, and then like you get a little bit sad. You know, like most people do, because they're doing their best and they're trying to do it all. Just try and get the viewer count out of your head. You know, the only thing I can see chat, and I can see the game, and I can see my OBS. That is all I can see. I try my best to not look at the statistics during the stream ever, because again, then that can either put you in a stress if like, oh, there's more people than you'd thought. Or it can make you feel upset because there's not that many people. Me personally, I don't care. There could be 2 people here. And I would be the exact same, man. I'd be the exact same. Can't let numbers define you and how you act and what you do on stream and all that kind of stuff. Do what you love and the money will come. You know, like, just it as a general rule, honestly. But you do have to put in the hard yards. Hey, throw! That's throw. Alrighty, let me quickly do the thing that I always need to do. And that is this. It's just that way. You guys watch the shorts. You know why I do that. And then we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. Alrighty. I have no idea how long this will take. Honestly, probably not too long. It's a small zone and it should be fine. You hope I get the shiny? Bro, I hope too. I hope too, man. So we gotta go upwards. Do I make boxes for singular shiny hunts or is it just me? Honestly, I used to do that, but I have so many now. I have so many shinies and I'm just like, oh, it's so much effort to friggin' make individual boxes for it. Like, I organize them, if that's kind of what you mean. Like, all of these boxes are, like, only shiny Pokemon. Like, from here, kind of like onwards, it's only shinies. You know? And then it ends here, I think. Yeah. Believe it or not, this box here... Where is it? Was it this box? Oh, God, I can't even remember. This box here are all the shinies that I haven't caught on the series. The rest have been shinies I have caught while, like, recording the series and stuff. Every single one of them. Why is a Pyro here? Oh, it was when I was doing trading. I've actually gone through and done that. It's alright. I can do that stuff later. Ashley Alexander, hello, hi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a absolutely lovely day. How do we get to... That's on the roof. Oh, okay, so we have to go cafe, go up. Okay, awesome. Love the shiny Edain Legends EA shorts. Oh, why thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy them. You know, I do it because I enjoy it, and if other people enjoy it as well, then that's just absolutely peachy. I think people should start saying awesome sauce again. They should start, you know, like those like old Disney phrases. And I'm sure most of you know what I mean when I say that. Like, oh dude, that's amazeballs, you know? I think people should start saying that again. Simply because it's funny. This one. And that one. Where was the... There's the distortion. Alright, how much time do I go? To 3. I mean, I can just use that. 11 minutes should be more than enough time. More than enough time. Isabel, hello, hi. Hopefully I said that correctly, but I hope you're having a lovely day. Okay. And... Bada bing. Bada boom. And we go in. Oh, I forgot to drop a hard save. Well, let's hope not sewers. Oh, perfect spot for it. Absolutely perfect spot. I think movies should bring back the credit skits. Honestly, like all the movies that used to do that were so good. I love it when they like the bloopers and stuff, like the older Toy Story films. Oh, I love it when they did the little bloopers. I always thought they were a lot of fun. Do I wish they gave us more boxes? Honestly, kinda. Oh, the only reason I was worried I didn't do a hard save was in case, one, it was in the sewers. And, well, actually, I guess they're both in the same. Because small wild zones can be, I think, only here in the sewers. And if it's in the sewers, it can have some really just bad spawn areas where you are. The best one is if you rock up kind of in the center of the place, because it hits like 4 different spawns. But then sometimes you get knocked into a place where like it doesn't spawn any, or it only spawns like 2 and one of them's like quite far away. So what I do, if you drop a hard save right before you go in, and then you go in, immediately, if you don't see the throw within your immediate vicinity, immediately close the game, reopen it. If you go back into the portal, it re-rolls what Pokemon spawn where. That's why I like dropping a hard save right before. But yeah, the sewers suck. I always like get this just feeling of ugh anytime I go into a small or large and it's a sewers. Yeah, I'll probably be able to demonstrate it a little bit later on stream, but because we're already here, you know, we see throw in the distance. Might as well just keep going for this guy. Do I need the shiny charm? Well, I guess you don't need the shiny charm. It increases your odds instead of like the base 1 in 4096, it's 1 in 1024. So if you just want a lot better odds in finding shiny Pokemon, then I'd say definitely go for it. If you have the DLC, it's pretty easy to get it, but if you don't, you do have to grind out a lot of battles. The only thing the shiny charm doesn't affect, though, is fossil hunts. I did actually see your bingo card. I did actually see that. I think all of the things on it were pretty safe to assume, so I feel like you'll be getting a bingo. As dumb as it might sound, is it better to have a specific type sparkling donut for the Swords of Justice, or is all types just better? I mean, all types works with all types, right? But if you do a specific type, so like let's say you get Cabalion, right? And you get a steel type. Not many steel types spawn there, except for maybe Lucario, I think. So you'll have a much higher chance of getting them before you get anything else. Pretty much what I'm saying is that if you do a specific type to what you're hunting with like the sparkling, I never use them. This is just what I've like understood and what I've learned through like, you know, just consuming a lot of the media. So if you get the sparkling power of the mon that you want as opposed to all, it's a lot less likely you'll phase, and more likely that you'll get that one first. But again, who knows? It's all luck. It's tame gambling. That's all this is. I like the new profile picture. I do quite a bit. And more power to you to commissioning a real artist. You know? Like, thank goodness. There are so many people out there doing commissions as an AI artist, and it's just so... it's baffling. It's absolutely baffling to me. You know? I don't get it, personally. And like people who make the excuse of like, oh, AI art's the only way, you know, people with like, you know, who aren't talented can do it. It's like, a 2-year-old can draw. I don't know what kind of lame excuse is that, you know? That explains why, for about a week you're resetting for Cabal and you got nothing but Shiny Machamp. That's fair. But yeah, if maybe try and make like a steel shiny one. It'd be a bit harder, but I think go for it. That's what I would do if I were to use them. I'll try and get them a bit more specific so I have less chances of phasing. Unless you're just want shiny Pokemon and don't really have a preference of which, then just use all shiny, you know? If I had to choose the next Legends game, what would it be? Ooh, what would it be? What? Okay. I do think Legends Gala goes quite hard. I do think that would be sick. Legends Gala or Legends Unova. Because both have really cool ideas behind them. One of which is like these rogue Dynamaxing Pokemon, right? That'd be so sick. And the other is you're in a time where the original dragon exists, and wouldn't that be hype as hell? You get to watch the split. Unova would be pretty cool, in my opinion. Legends Alola would also be pretty sick. Kind of wish they went to the past in ZA as well. I think that's what a lot of people were wanting. Like, that's what a lot of people thought the Legends games were going to be, right? It's going to be, oh my god, it's going to be set in the past, which is why it's a Legends, you know? But then it's like, oh, okay, it's set in the future of Lumia. It's not the past, and nothing like that. It's set like 10 years after. 5 or 10 years after. So it's like, okay. Curious. You know? You'd love a whole one, but no, we won't get it a while because of Mega Evolution. That's true. I mean, I think we're going back into like the gimmick phase of Pokemon, where it's really heavy in promoting that kind of stuff, like the Mega Evolution, and that's why I feel like realistically we might get like a Legends Gala next, because if they're gonna go heavy into like those bigger gimmicks, literally bigger gimmicks, we might get something Gigantamax related, Dynamax related, as opposed to like Z moves. You know? I feel like Z moves in a format like this though could be pretty cool. Honestly. Yeah, Unova's gimmick was the gems. Gems were insane. And then they carried on those gems throughout most of the games. And those gems are very, very, very strong. I'm just gonna check if my eyes have been playing tricks on me this whole time or not. Alright, my eyes have just been playing tricks on me this whole time. Because I could have sworn there was a shiny there, but yeah, gems were crazy. What, it gave you an additional 20% boost? I actually might be lowballing that. Hmm. 50% boost? Oh my lord. That's crazy. Welcome back, Win. If they were 50% boost for a one-time like move thing, oh my goodness. I'm sure it'd be lower now, because that's crazy. It was 50? Jeez. Jeez. KGM, hello, hi, welcome to the stream. You're new to the stream, can't use Shiny Hunt Dragonite if you haven't already. If the wheel decides, my friend, if the wheel decides. There are a lot of hunts that I'm really wanting to do, but the wheel has been less favorable today, giving us throw. But on the bright side, that means we don't have to hunt throw after this. But yeah, it would be very interesting if they did like a Legends of Alola. Very, very curious to see how they would do Z moves. I think they could be pretty cool in theory. In like a real-time combat situation like with ZA. Oops, he didn't mean to roll. Normal gen's just the basic 10% for normal moves. I see, so it's like the, what is it, the Silk Scarf? Oh, I think I actually have Alpha Power. I have Alpha Power 1. So who knows, you might get a Alpha throw. Not that I'll be super excited because I didn't even notice I have Alpha Power on until just then. I'm like, we're getting a lot of Alpha throws spawning. And then I looked over to the top left and saw a little Alpha symbol. You would love them to make all order games for Switch 1 or 2, which might be controversial. However, I never got to play them and they're really expensive now. That's very true. They are crazy expensive now, especially if you don't already have like a DS or 3DS or whatever handheld that you need to play the game that you're wanting to play. I'm lucky I have a 3DS, So I can play like all the DS games and 3DS games. And if you have a DS, you can also play Game Boy games, I believe. Riding on Lunala. Oh, yes. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I love doing that. Such a fun minigame. Genuinely. How much do I like Pokemon Legends Z, eh? If I had to give it like a rating, like out of 10, I'd probably give it... Now that I've like played through all the main story, I've done all that kind of stuff, I hadn't actually thought about what I would rate it. In terms of a game, maybe 6.5. Honestly, if I'm just like comparing it to like games in general, right? But if I'm comparing it to like just the Pokemon series, probably like an 8 out of 10. Was that a shiny Phalanx? No, I'm simply losing. Oh no, that but there is a shiny throw. You know, the target that we're after. There he is. Hey, big old muscle man. How you doing? You gonna throw me? Don't do it. He tried to grab me. I'm just gonna repeat ball it. Boop. And a 1, 2, 3. Shiny throw. Nice. Cool. What an okay shiny. I'm gonna chill here for a little. I'm gonna get a stockpile of these. Why not? Alright, so use Staraptor. Staraptor can actually do it well. Mess it up. Actually, I don't think there is any cleanup this time. We just straight up got the target. And that was all. Nice. Very simple, very straightforward hunts. That's how they usually go if we can only hunt them in the distortions. And I'll be honest, I've been using the distortions like crazy. Just in general. Even for some mons that like I could technically hunt elsewhere. But I don't know, like doing it daily, like I was very busy last weekend. Which is why there wasn't a members first for some things, and because I didn't have the proper my proper equipment on me so I could actually access it and do certain things. So I was looking at, like, it was scheduled, like I had 3 scheduled before the weekend because I was going to be away from everything. So I wasn't able to change stuff. That on top of being busy in general, even if I could, I think I might have just forgotten to do that kind of stuff. You know, I'll catch a Phalanx. I'll catch a Phalanx and then I'll get the thing. Repeat ball should just, like, catch it, right? No? Alrighty. Latios, use a Luster Purge. Kill everything here. Thank you. Alright, where's the big golden ball? There it is. Yeah, these guys, he just can't get enough of me. Get him away, creep. Alright, we can leave. What do we call him? I don't even know what am I meant to call this thing? What? Oh, Trubbish. Alright, he's left me go. I guess I could just call him Hands. I'm down to just call him Hands, honestly. Oh wait, I'll call him Sumo. I think sumo's pretty alright. Throw the throw and sock the sock. I think if I get sock, I'll call him a Muppet. I'll call him Muppet. Or something like that. I think the name Sumo just fits him though, right? Surely. 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 I'm just gonna call it Sumo. And your name is going to be Sumo because your whole thing is like grappling and like pushing and all that kind of stuff, you know? Kind of like a sumo would. So yeah, that's gonna be your name. Simple, easy, boom, done. Done. And then we bring them back and then we release the failings we caught. Adieu, failings. Okay. Let's quickly just go to the Pokemon Center. And I need to quickly write down the time that I caught this guy. So I caught Throw in 15 minutes and 8 seconds. Alrighty. You can really see how fast this stuff is. Like how fast some of these things can go. The last 3 hunts have been below 16 minutes. Throw was 15 minutes, Machoke was 15:28, and then Pompole was 1:24. It's crazy. I think all of those were in distortions as well. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we all know what we have to do next. We gotta spin that wheel. Alrighty, round and round it goes. Where it stops, we're about to find out. Second hunt of the stream. Yeah, what do we have to hunt? Baneri. Alright, I can think of a good place to do that. Baneri's pretty easy, honestly. We can probably start it like right now, actually. I'm gonna quickly get Shiny Baneri GIF up. Baneri. Why can you just stay a tiny, innocent bunny? Squirtle would be awesome to get? I agree. Well, I mean, I've already done Squirtle, actually. Yeah, I've actually already done Litwick as one of the hunts on stream. Not on stream, but I have done it for the series. And... Bam! Shiny Baneri. Okay. What day of the week do I do the Unova randomizer? I'm going to be live doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time. That's when I'm going to do it. Alrighty. And I believe we just... Yeah, we just spam fly to zone 16. Do the thing I always do. Recording that. Because, whoa, you can get Baneri. And the Baneri chat is a reference to Purple Cliff. I don't watch Purple Cliff. I've heard of him, and I think I've seen some of his things, maybe on shorts where like people like clip it and highlight the stuff that he does. But I myself, I haven't seen it. And I wouldn't even know that referencing. Alrighty, and bada bing bada boom. Now we just spam fly here. And as soon as we arrive, we start the timer. Alrighty, let's see how long this takes. Well, goodbye then, Winry. Hope you had a lovely time on stream, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I'll double check how many. I think 3 spawn, right? Yeah, 3 spawn, but we also have a chance to phase on Magikarp, as well as Binacle, and then I think a single Houndour. 7 minutes? If we get it right on 7 minutes, that'd be crazy. I'm gonna take a sip of water while I do this hunt. Why do we think people like shiny hunting? Because if you think about it, right? It's just sitting here, doing the same thing over and over and over again until eventually, you know, something's a different color, you know? So why do people enjoy it so much? Because the shinies are sick. Some of them are. Some of the shinies are absolutely awesome. And like, don't get me wrong, I love shiny hunting. Why do you think I do it? I made a two whole fucking series on it where I do it daily, you know? But yes, Hunchcrow is, they're a pink shiny. Fully. What's my favorite mainline Pokemon game? Ooh. Favorite mainline Pokemon game? Probably the Alola games, honestly. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? Absolutely slap. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, honestly, they're pretty good games as well. I have to give it to them, especially the Switch 2 version, specifically. It actually runs well on the Switch 2. So, yeah, it's pretty good. You like to watch it because you can't do it yourself? Very fair. I mean, yeah, that's what YouTube is for, right? Well, it's not for that, but there's so many things on YouTube, right? Specifically people who like play games and stuff, like Let's Players, right? People go and watch them because one, that it's either they can't play the game themselves, or two, they, you know, like the personality of the person doing it. Best case scenario, it's both of those things. Liking to watch because you can't do it yourself is you with horror games. Honestly, fair. That's so fair. And that's when, that's what Markiplier is for. You know? Mark and Jack. Likens and I still watch them. We're currently, rewatching Jack play through Undertale. Because I watched it years and years and years ago. But, Likens never watched it. So I'm sitting down with them and we're watching Jack play through Undertale. Because it's just such a good game, honestly. Both Undertale and Deltarune. Love them. You love watching people like Markiplier, 8-Bit Ryan, Fusion Z Gamer, etc. Honestly, I've heard of those three. I've heard of all the three that you mentioned. One of which I watch, like, constantly. Also, yes, hello, Charlotte. Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to the stream. Because you don't have a Switch, but you love Pokemon, you watch people play it, shinies are cool, so it all checks out. It all checks out, you know? Still can, but haven't since you've been addicted to playing Legends ZA since everything, and it's fun, plus you're close to getting every colorful screw too. Oh, nice. I think I gave up on getting all the colorful screws because I know they don't, like, do anything outside of giving you something, I guess that's more of a cosmetic, I suppose, and I'm not too crazy on that stuff. I get the ones that, like, fulfill a purpose, and then I, like, just, like, if I run around now and I see it, I'll get it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, oh god, where's this final one, you know? I didn't get all the Koroks in Breath of the Wild, you know? I got most of them. Did I watch the shows? What shows? What shows specifically? There are plenty of shows. If someone doesn't watch Mark, they're either old or live under a rock, or they're chronically offline. The Pokemon oh, like the Pokemon, like the anime. I watched, oh gosh, when I was younger, I watched season 1 of Pokemon Black and White, fucking on repeat, dude. That was like hooked up to me like an IV drip to a hospitalized patient. I would watch that stuff on loop. But I've seen like half of the Pokemon Black and White series, half of the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl series, all of the X and Y, XYZ, Sun and Moon, and I watched Journeys. Those are the ones that I've seen. And like I've seen like a bit of like the earlier ones as well, like all of the what do you call it? The movies and stuff. I loved the movies. I think growing up, my favorite was Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. That was so good. Love that movie. That and the that's where I think I actually got a love for Lucario because of that movie. And then I think second to that, I mean, the Diamond and Pearl movies were just so good. The Diamond and Pearl movies were so good. Lucario, the Mystery of the Mew, Darkrai, that movie, the Manaphy one, as well as, well, that wasn't Diamond and Pearl. But I remember I got a box set, which had Darkrai, Lucario, Mystery of Mew, and the one with Manaphy in it. And I remember watching those 3 movies so much. I loved those movies. There are some that I haven't seen that I really, really want to. And I think one of them's the Jirachi one. I haven't seen the one with Jirachi and Deoxys. I watched, actually, honestly, the Legend of the I can't remember what it was, but the one with Keldeo in it and Kyurem, that movie was awesome. Loved that. I think that was when I was like really, really into Pokemon at that time, when like Black and White came out. It probably has like some of the most nostalgia for me. Have I seen the countdown for the Pokemon Day shorts? I have. The most recent one I saw was the Lipard one, where someone was on their drawing tablet. It's pretty good. There's currently 3 days till Pokemon Day now. Because in Australia it's going to be the 28th, which really it means 12 a.m. Yay! So I probably won't be able to stream it, honestly, which sucks. It sucks, and I really want to. But, yeah. But yes, 2 family pets. 2 doggos. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum bum. How many platforms am I streaming on? I'm just streaming on YouTube. That is it. I used to stream on Twitch, but I'm talking like middle of last year I used to. But then Twitch changed their policies and just it just didn't work out. Because, like, when I was reading through the new terms and agreements and stuff, one of the things that jumped out to me the most is, oh, if you're streaming on Twitch, you cannot promote, like, YouTube or anything like that. You can't promote anything else that you're, like, currently streaming on. So it's like, oh, okay. So then how would putting chat on screen work? And how would I be, like, just generally, how would that work? Makes sense, like, bigger audience, like, bigger people. But I also think there was a thing that said, like, you just can't stream to other places if you're also streaming on Twitch. And it's like, no. I'm not. So at the time, I just went to where majority of my audience was, which was YouTube. And I don't regret anything. Boom, boom. Who but phase on an Aron? We can't even phase on an Aron here. We can't even phase on an Aron. You know what? Let's see. Let's see if we phase on an Aron, shall we? That one freaking Helioptile hunt is gonna torment me for ages. Please, Lord, it'd be so funny. This area is so easy to hunt in as well. You just hit so much. No Aron today. What's the craziest thing I've seen in Australia? Oh gosh. The craziest thing or craziest thing I've seen in Australia or hardest challenge in any Pokemon game. Hardest challenge that I've ever done? Hardest challenge that I've ever done would have been my Extreme Nuzlocke Soul Link randomizer with Lycans. Oh, I got foggy all of a sudden. Is that a sign? What am I doing? Just hunt the bunny. Hunt the bunny. Is this gonna be my shiny for today? Okay, so believe it or not, a lot of the shinies that like I do live, right? So I've already done a shiny for today, technically, because I've done Throw. So a little bit peeling the curtain behind just like the short series, because you're here on the live, you know? You get more of the nitty gritty of how it all works. So because, you know, I have a life outside of YouTube, what I have to do, I have to stockpile footage, and then I make daily content out of that. So right now, you know what? I'm going to be like absolutely open, transparent with you. Let me have a look-see. How many backups do I get? Do I have right now? So I think, well, I have one at least because I just did the Throw hunt. So as of right now, there is two. So there's two hunts that I already have in the back pocket. One is Throw and another one is one from a previous stream that I did Palm Pool. So I have those. Because I have to get as much footage as I pretty much can during the times that I, you know, am able to. And then I turn that into footage in, like, spare time. You know, time that I have. I edit it and put it together, chuck it up to YouTube. So that's why when we do streams, you know, I try and get as many as I can in one stream, because then, like, you know, it gives content for you guys, gives, like, me to interact with the audience, you know, you guys, you know, it just gives a lot more things to do. Adds a lot more to the channel rather than just the shorts. It gives live streams, interactivity with viewers, you know, stuff that I want to do. We're definitely gonna phase on something. I can almost guarantee you on that. What's my favorite Pokemon from Gen 6? Ooh. My favorite Gen 6 Pokemon. I'll have to think on that, but I'll get back to you on that one. What's my favorite non-Pokemon game? Ooh, favorite non-Pokemon game. For nostalgia, purely for nostalgia, I would probably say like Kingdom Hearts 2. But just in general, favorite game that isn't a Pokemon game. Tricky question. Honestly, kind of a tricky question. And not because, like, I have to strike all Pokemon games from my mind. It's just because I've played a good chunk of games throughout my lifetime. And there's only some that I'd consider, like, really, really good, in my opinion. Because, like, the main thing that I look into when it comes to games is, one, movability. I think movability is really, really good. What I also think is really good is, like, just general, like, just, I love fluid gameplay. And, like, it's fine if it has, like, a fine story and stuff. Like, I'm currently playing a game that is, kind of like a Souls-like, but it's a bit more, like, action, like, real-time action-based, where you get a lot more movement, you get a lot more, like, combos, stuff like that. It's called Kazan the First Berserker. I've been playing through that. And at the very beginning, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm down with the story, you know, I'm down with the gameplay. And, like, the gameplay has been, you know, really good so far, and it's quite fluid, and it's alright. But it's gotten to a point where it's, like, it's not amazing in terms of story, in my opinion. Like, I like the overarching story, but I feel like it's quite off. Something just feels off, and it's very, I don't know, I feel like it just jumps from here and there, and it's like, oh, there's just, like, information that they showed in a cutscene that didn't show the characters there, and then it's like, oh yeah, they just know about that, they just knew about that thing that just happened. It's like, oh yeah, we'll go save this person that, like, worked for me because I'm the commander, and then it's like, oh, talk to them, and then, like, they leave, and then it did, like, a thing of, like, meanwhile in the palace, and then we saw, like, a cutscene of what happened in the palace, and then it comes back to the character. This is like, I can't believe the emperor is dead. I'm like, you weren't there. How do you know about this? You know what I mean? It's like there's just, like, a lot of little holes and stuff. It wasn't originally an English game either, so it could be, like, translation issues, maybe something like that, but who knows? Who knows? I did write an entire Monster Hunter campaign for D&D. I did, in fact, do that. I do really like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is one of the better franchises I've played. Really liked Rise. Played through all of that. And I did also really enjoy Wilds. Wilds was really, really fun. So much so that I made a whole campaign based around Monster Hunter. With my own little spin, of course. Gem Liz, hello, hi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a lovely day. As well as Korok Knight, welcome. Hope you're having an absolutely stellar morning, or afternoon, or night, wherever you may be. Do I keep checking very often? Yes. Yes, I do. I'm still thinking about what my favorite Gen 6 Pokemon might be. And, like, it's difficult. I think it's kind of difficult to pinpoint. I do really like Chestnut. I think Chestnut might be one of my favorites from X and Y. But then there's also, like, Aurorus, which I think is so good. One of my favorite fossil Pokemon. Did you watch the Nintendo Treehouse? No, I didn't, but I did. I watched a tiny little bit of it. Because I was curious about, like, Pokopia and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, like, I already knew I was going to get it. So that way, Lycans and I can play it together. but I'm definitely getting it now. You kidding? That game looks like an Animal Crossing dream. Like, it's Animal Crossing, it's Minecraft, it's friggin' Pokemon. Like, come on. Gen 6 has some good Pokemon, honestly. Yeah, it's Stardew Valley Pokemon. Genuinely. It's so cool. It is nighttime, and also you have a question that you have about Silksong. You wanted to ask if I've beaten Act 3, and if so, how many tries did Lost Lace take? Oh, Lost Lace, huh? Lost Lace? The VOD is up on YouTube of me doing that. I actually have never gone back and rewatched it. There was a point I was losing my mind, just slowly. I was just going insane. I have no idea how many times, like, tries it took. It maybe took me over an hour and a half to do it. Like, non-stop trying. But it's crazy. Yeah, my favorite one's actually Heliolisk, guys. Oh, yeah, my absolute favorite. But outside of Heliolisk, there are some pretty cool Pokemon that were introduced. Who doesn't love Aromatisse? Because, like, I'm a huge fan of Meowstic. I think Meowstic is awesome. Like, if I were to look at a list, I think overall, probably Chestnut's my favorite. Is it that your entire Area 3 is filled with shinies and you're not going to catch them because you have a little shiny padding soon? Little shiny padding soon? Oh, padding zoo. Yeah, I don't think that's weird at all. People play their games how they want to. If I had to change mascot, what would it be? A Fruit Loop. It would probably be, like, I wouldn't know if I'd want to do, like, another, like, Pokemon-related mascot, or if I'd want to, like, just make it, more, like, humanable, personable, that kind of stuff. But if I had to choose another Pokemon, I'm trying to think, like, realistically. Because Flygon could be cool to try and do. But then the name of the channel wouldn't really work, would it? I could just turn the PNG into an actual crow. Is Flygon taken? Is Flygon taken by another creator? Not that I'm gonna take it, obviously, because I've fucking committed to this guy. I might be going crazy. I know Tropius is taken. You just change classes to the one with your friends who love to watch. They all say hi. Well, hello, all 6 of you. All 6 of you in total. Hope you're all having a lovely time. Wait a minute. Are you in the middle of class? You better not be. Wait, how are you all watching? You're in the middle of class? Oh, Flygon is taken. Oh, that's cool. I need to look at their channel now. I'm going to do that on my phone. I see. Nice. I like that in his banner, he's done like a Gen 1 style art. I think that's pretty cool. When was his most recent upload? Oh, 10 days ago. God damn. Look at him go. How do I hold a controller? One-handed. Doesn't everyone? No, like, it really depends on if I'm doing anything. Like, because I'm good at multitasking, because I've been shiny hunting for so long. So, like, what I do, like, if I'm, like, on my phone or something, and I'm looking at something, I have the controller resting in my right hand. I have, like, my palm kind of going over it, so that way I can move my thumb easily, and my thumb is kind of what does everything. So, I go plus, I move it with moves the left stick with my thumb, and then I hit A that way. Have I been lying to you? No, have you ever seen what's below, like, hip height? I don't think you have. For all you know, I could have grotesque human hands. You feel Hunter fits with my personality perfectly? You think? I don't think I'm a badass freaking mafia boss. I think I'm an autistic person who likes Pokemon a little too much. Can Baneri shine, pretty please? I don't want to spend ages going for a shiny Baneri. Of all things. This is just Master and Crazy Hands down there. The Master Hand's what's actually like doing all the inputs. Crazy Hand just keeps smacking the controller. You wish Pokopia was for Switch 1? It is! Pokopia is on the Switch 1 as well. It's gonna be on the Switch 1 and Switch 2. Name a Pokemon in Gen 9, you go shiny hunt for it? Iron Leaves. Not Iron Leaves, sorry. That's, you can't even shiny hunt that. Iron Valiant or Roaring Moon. Have fun. Is it a Switch 2 No. No way. Then in the... Are you serious? Am I schizophrenic? Did I watch a trailer and think, oh yeah, it's on Switch 1 as well? Am I losing my absolute marbles right now? What? I need to watch the extended trailer. Hold up. Let me get it up. I need to see this. I could have sworn you could game share to like someone on the Switch 1. There it is. Switch 2 exclusive, you can only play on the Switch 1 through game share. So my brain wasn't making fun of me. So you can do game share and people can play with you on the... Okay. Alright. That's it. Okay. Yeah, because I never thought about that kind of stuff. Because like I was like, oh yeah, when it comes out, I'll get it and then I'll game share to Lycans and we'll play it together that way. So I never thought, because my brain was always like, oh yeah, people on the Switch 1 can play it. But I never made the connection that it would only be through game share. That's crazy. Woof, hello, hi. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a lovely day. Will I do a face reveal one day? I don't know. Make me rich and I'll think about it. I'm kidding. Maybe one day. When, like, if I have my own office space and, like, I'm able to personalize it a lot more, and if I just have more space, maybe. But right now, it's kind of like one room, one desk, not really a whole lot of space, and it's just not a really pretty looking room either, because it's very bland. So maybe one day. I'll get like a fucking green screen and I'll like get a microphone. I'll do what Johnny Razor does. I do know Shiny Catherine. I actually, through doing content, is how I came across them. Because I was looking for like, how the hell do people do thumbnails? And I was going through and I was seeing what like kind of people do, you know, kind of like studying that kind of stuff. And then like the art of making thumbnails. And I came across that. I'm like, oh, that's an awesome style. And then I clicked on it and I was watching her videos. And at the very end, she said, stay hydrated. I'm like, fuck, that's what I've been using. Oh, I'm going to look like I copied her now. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I can't just change it, I suppose. It's still a good message. Stay hydrated. But now I've just added follow your dreams because I think that you should do that. Just randomly showed her face with no context for the first time. Didn't even acknowledge it. Some people like to do that. Some people do shadow face reveals. Because, like, some people don't want to make a huge deal out of it. And I feel as though a huge part of that came from Dream. He had a huge deal about his face reveal. And oh my god. Not to mention he was just a horrible person, so. Love Shiny Catherine. She's awesome. She's what got you into shiny hunting. Hell yeah. That's what I love. That's what I love to hear. I love to hear people inspiring people, you know? And just sparking hobbies and interests in others. It's K's Craft Corner. How you doing? Hope you've been well. Hope you're having a lovely day. What generation of Pokemon would I want to be able to play on the Switch? Honestly, all of them. Honestly, I think Gen 3 would go the hardest on Switch. That's what I think. Gen 2, take it or leave it. Gen 3 though? Gen 3 on the Switch would go crazy. And take it how you will, I'm just not a huge fan of Gen 2. Like, I think it's okay. Does it have the weakest starter trio? By far. Is it a good generation? I think so. There's a lot of good Pokemon that came out of it. But by far the weakest starter trio I've ever seen. Gen 2 starters are amazing? I don't know. I think they're the most bland. Out of all of them, Meganium has the most going for it. Hisuian Typhlosion, though. See, that's a Pokemon with a theme. Weakest water starters were Gen 8 and 4. Gen 8 isn't a hot take. I mean, yeah, not a whole lot of people like Inteleon. Oh, the trios. Ooh, yeah, Gen 4 is a super hot take for that. People will die on that hill that they're the best. I think Gen 8's fair. I think Gen 8's fair. But I don't know. Something about 2. Something about Gen 2 just doesn't fully sit right with me. Gen 3 though? Surely everyone agrees that Gen 3 is like one of like the hit for hit, right? Like starting evolution, final evolution, all three are bangers. Surely. We got Swampert, Sceptile, and Blaziken, dude. Absolute bangers. And I think Sinnoh's fine. I like Torterra the most. Because, you know, he's a big old turtle and he's got a tree shooting out of his back. Mega's only Sceptile's good. Mega's I like Sceptile and Blaziken. Swampert's Mega is just awkward. Do you think they'll shiny lock the starters in Fire Red, Leaf Green for Switch? If they do, that'd be so cruel. If they don't, though, I'm so getting it. I'm gonna shiny hunt in that game. Look, knowing Pokemon, they're not gonna change the code at all. They're just gonna port it and then just be like, oh yeah, there you go. You weren't able to play those games when you were younger, so it'd be nice to be able to play them on the Switch. I mean, you can play Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Switch now. Or soon. Soon you can. As soon as Pokemon Day's done, they're coming to Switch. $20 USD, $30 Australian. Think we might get old events? I hope we do. I hope they just add them into the game. You know, it would be so cool if they did. You know, it'd be messed up though if it's like, oh yeah, paid DLC, get the friggin' Deoxys event for like $5, and it's like, that's a bit scummy. But yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green is currently available for pre-order. Would I do a shiny only run on Fire Red, Leaf Green? Honestly, if people are interested in that when it comes out, I'll so do that. I'll 100% do that. What are we feeling about the home award for finishing the decks? Ooh, I don't know. Has it been confirmed that there'll be compatibility with Pokemon Home yet? What's your favorite Pokemon? Yours is Lucaria. Mine is Flygon, believe it or not. You're pre-ordering it because you're so excited and you totally watch a shiny only stream of mine? Well, I'll have to keep that in mind. I have to keep it in mind with, like, schedule that I have, as well as, what you call it? What am I thinking? Because I'm also doing the Pokemon Black randomizer Nuzlocke. You already pre-ordered? Definitely gonna hunt some stuff? Hell yeah. I just hope they don't shiny lock things. It'd be so messed up if they shiny lock, like, the birds and stuff, and starters, and... It'd be so messed up. But I've also never played Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, so... Might be some good fun. They probably wouldn't, but you're really hoping they fix the glitch of Entei and Raikou disappearing forever after using Roar? I don't know. I don't know, they might. It's Nintendo, so they might shiny lock it. That's the cold reality, isn't it? For a gaming company all about making games fun, they do like to make things unfun. You do and don't understand the point of shiny locks. If they shiny lock starters, then you're forced to start and play the game. But if you, then you got to sparkly them on at the start if you want. Honestly, see, the reason they introduced starter shiny locks is because they started appearing in like cutscenes, and they started doing that beforehand, right? Because what they did for Pokemon Sword and Shield, they had the full like 3D cutscene, right, of like introducing them. So they shiny locked it so it makes sense. And it was the same thing in Gen 5. For Zekrom and Reshiram, those cutscenes. That's the reason they're shiny locked, because they had a full-on cutscene. A full-on 3D cutscene beforehand. Alright, let's see if we get a Baneri. There's an Alpha Baneri. No shiny Baneri, though. So why Victini is why Kelia, why Meloetta, why everyone? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. I don't know, I feel like that's like the logical reason you can make, but then of course you can poke holes in it because, you know, there's other events that don't have a cutscene where it's like they shiny hunt them, but then I think they're shiny hunted because they shiny locked because they're events. And it's like, because you can shiny hunt for Kirim in those games. Kirim isn't shiny locked. Yeah, Victini, you've never been able to get a shiny Victini. Boom, 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 boom. It's been like 16, 17 years? Not sure exactly. I mean, not Breath of the Wild. Jesus Lord. Whew, I am low energy today, which means my brain is also at low capacity. Black and White. I saw BW and my brain's like Breath of the Wild. But yeah, Black and White was 10 years ago. Man, can you believe, like, the graphics of Legends EA was in Black and White, that far apart? Man, how far we've come. How far we've come, guys. How far we've come, you know? It's absolutely amazing, you know? Just look at that. Look at this. Wow. How amazing. "16 years apart, my bad. 16. Sun and Moon had better graphics than this, man. That might be bias. What I mean is like environmental graphics. Because, like, gotta admit, the trainers look good. You know, the trainers and the people look good, but I don't know. Man, Sun and Moon. I remember waiting, like, day by day for that to be released. I remember it so vividly. But it's okay. In a few days' time, we'll get our first look at Gen 10, and we're all going to be like, oh my god! And then it's going to be Switch 2 exclusive, and people are going to be like, what? And, yeah. And it's like, you can use Game Share to play with people on the Switch 1. And then it's like, my fucking Switch. And then it will probably explode. Yeah, this game doesn't hold a candle to Sun and Moon, honestly. Sun and Moon are like the best Pokemon games. Change my freaking mind. The reason that game's a 9 is because of Bruxish. Bruxish is the most fumbled Pokemon of all time. God forbid a girl have her own soul. Have you seen that fish? Have you seen Bruxish? And have you compared them to the rest of the Pokemon that are in Sun and Moon? Oh, brother, they turned Hooper into a fish. True, if only Mega Evolution, like, was in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon earlier. But it's only post-game, which is kind of annoying. But I think it's so funny that they did bring back Mega Evolution for Sun and Moon. Because, like, oh no, people don't like the Z moves. Bring back Mega Evolution. Bring back Mega Evolution. In your professional opinion, Bruxish is a good time. How many Pokemon games have you played? Professional opinion. Professional design opinion? Or professional Pokemon opinion? How many design degrees do I have? 80. And you have no proof. Oh, we get a shot. Wait. It's a false prophet, guy. Don't look. It's okay. It's a false prophet. We have the real one right here. I have all the design degrees. But you gotta say, Bruxish looks like one of the most punchable Pokemon. The Pokemon that's at the top of that list, though, is Choodle. Choodle is, like, easily the most punchable Pokemon. If I saw Choodle in real life, I'm real life Markiplier punching that thing. You gotta go, you have a test tomorrow, but thanks for the fun, and see you all next time. All good, Korok Knight. Well, 1, hope you have a lovely, restful sleep, and 2, I hope you have a lovely, I hope that you do well on your test tomorrow. Wobbuffet, it's the most, because it's the most punching bag shape. That's fair. But the thing is, if you punch Wobbuffet, they're gonna punch you back at like twice the power. And because you're hitting them with a fighting type move, because you're punching them, it resists it. So you're just gonna get your absolute ass beat. Oh, shiny Paneri! That was actually really soon after the Huh. Well, I mean, that's not the target, but, you know, we're going to be taking that shell for, Binacle. Wait, hold on. That's a 5% one, because that's the guaranteed one over there. That's another just random Shalfa. Again, that's a 5% shiny odds Binacle. Also, well, we need to catch the Binary first. So let's do, I mean, obviously a love ball, right? Love ball, I think, makes the most sense just because it's pink. Alrighty. Hello, Binary. Get in the ball, please. Boop. And a 1, 2, 3. Shiny Binary for me. Now we have some very good cleanup to do. There's a freaking Shalfa Binacle. Hey, bro. You yelling? Ow. Oh, and there's a... Oh, my God. And there's a... That actually scared me. And there's a Houndour. Jesus. Jesus. Alright, hold up. Let me just... What ball for this guy? Surely like a netball? Right? Maybe a nest ball. I'm just gonna do a netball, I think. Vault switch. And then nest ball. 1, 2, 3. Shout the binacle for me. Where'd the Houndour go? Did it despawn? Did it go back up here? There he is. Well, surely we do a dive ball. It's blue. Oop. And last but not least, we have to catch the false prophet. I'll just do dive ball. Makes it look pretty. Bam! Nice. What the hell's in here? What? Okay. That feels like something important. But I guess it isn't. Yeah, stop the timer. Was there anything else that I missed? Because it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't reach that far. None of them are shiny. We phased quite a few times. I think we phased, what, 3 times? We got a Houndour, we got an Alpha Binacle, and we got a false prophet. That's crazy. Alright, I already have a perfect name for it. And this is a perfect name because I thought of it, and I really like the, really like this. Hold on. How the hell do you actually spell it? Starts with an N. Double E. Neenish. Their name's gonna be Neenish because, do you guys know what a Neenish tart is? Fucking godlike bakery visit. If you get a Neenish tart, one of the best things. I love Neenish tarts so much. It's an Australian thing, so I'm assuming a lot of you Americans wouldn't know. I don't know why I said it that way. But yeah, it is an Australian baked good. Like Lamingtons. But yes, Neenish tarts are so good. I'm saying American as a... I'm not calling you specifically American. Majority of my audience is from the US, so it's a safe assumption. What would happen if we gave Goku a Wobbuffet? What you would do, you would give the Wobbuffet a focus sash. And then you would just tell us to use counter. That's what you would do. And then, explosions would occur. Honestly. But yes, your name is going to be Neenish. I'm naming you after a Neenish tart, my absolute favorite bakery dessert thing that I eat. I love it. So yeah, your name's going to be Neenish. Neenish. Yeah, spider season? You mean... being in Australia? Got him? every season is spider season. Especially, like, summer. Huh? Oh, for baby! Well, this is a stream-only shiny that you guys get to see because, I already stopped the recording. Huh, they're so lovely. I mean, let's get a better look. What ball do we think? A camera shy. I mean, it's blue. I mean, dive ball. Yeah, what is dive ball? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Shine it for the baby. Yay. Yeah, still a lot of phases though. Brother. Are you kidding me? You see that, right? I'm not losing. I'm not like going crazy. That's a Shalfa Stunfisk. Well, I guess that's confirmation. Huh. Well, would you look at that? A Shalfa Stunfisk. Get in the ball. What the hell? What is happening? Why am I getting so many Shalfas all of a sudden? Oh, it took over 100 days, and now the game's rewarding me with Shalfas left, right, and center. Okay. Okay. Huh. Well, I'm not complaining. Can things on the roof be shiny here? I don't think so. I think it's too high up. Jeez Louise. Another Stunfisk. I have so many Stunfisk, dude. But this is my first alpha one. And it's bashful. Jesus. I don't think anything can spawn on the roof. But I like to check just in case. But I don't think so. Bunch of flaffies. Nothing there. This is where Swabblers spawn. How do you actually get onto that roof? Can you even? Well, why is there things up there? How do you even get onto that roof? I don't think you can. Oh, there's a ladder. I see. I see. There is a ladder. It's about to turn nighttime. Ah. I don't think I've ever gone up onto this roof. Just a Vivillon. A Vivian, sorry. I learned, because I did the short, I had to learn how to properly pronounce it, and Vivian is how you're meant to pronounce it. The L's are silent. Believe it or not. Yeah, it's Vivian. Whee. Hello, Blaze. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a lovely day. We just finished hunting a Baneri. So now, if you know what we have to do. Hold on. I just wanted to get rid of them. So, we have to do the thing that we always do. The thing that you all know that happens. We have to do the fun thing. We have to spin said wheel. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, we're about to find out for the third hunt of the stream. We have to go for... Okay, Porygon 2. How the hell do we do you? We have to do a distortion. We gotta do a distortion, baby. We gotta find ourselves a distortion which has a freaking Porygon, I guess. Wait a minute. Do I have to do a special scan? Ah, shit. I think it's a special scan only Pokemon, right? I might be going crazy? Because, oh, I know what I remember. I know what I'm remembering. I'm remembering the time I got a special distortion and it was just like all Porygons. Pretty much. All right, let me quickly get a Porygon 2. Do. Okay. After catching the shiny from a spin, does it get removed or does it get swapped? It gets removed. So all the Pokemon that are shiny huntable are on the wheel. And what I do is after I hunt it, I remove it from the wheel. Because the end goal is to have a full Pokemon living dex, shiny living dex. Bam! Porygon 2! Alrighty, that's good. Okie dokie, let me quickly... That almost took an hour for Baneri. That's crazy, actually. And Baneri took... 52:22. Alrighty. And now... we can start the search. The search for a Porygon. What do I plan on doing after I complete the wheel? Probably going back to Scarlet and Violet, honestly. But we'll have to wait and see. I might even just start doing different kinds of content. I've already tried a little bit of different content. But... 3? It would be crazy if we got it like off rip. Yeah, we have to wait and see. Tobias, hello, hi, welcome. Hope you're having a lovely day. I got something caught in my goddamn throat. Give me a second. Lovely jubbly. No, no, no. And nada. If my favorite Pokemon's Flygon, why do I have Corvisquire as your character? Well, firstly, the Pokemon that I use as the mascot isn't Corvisquire, it is Honchkrow. They were, they are the evolution of Murkrow, and the evolution was introduced in Diamond and Pearl. And the reason I don't have it as Flygon is purely because of a little story that I like to tell every so often. And because someone has asked, I'm going to tell the story of how I came up with the name That Raving Crow and why I have chosen Honchkrow. So, it started years and years ago when I was doing Super Smash Brothers competitively and going to like locals and stuff like that. Believe it or not, I played Cloud Strife. He had a big sword, he was great. And, you know, me and my friends, we would, like, go to tournaments and stuff, like, every week, and, like, just generally have fun and try and perform as best as we could. And we'd play against each other quite frequently. One day, we went over to one of my said friend's house, and he had Super Smash Brothers Melee. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And, at the time, when, like, tournaments and stuff, I wasn't using, like, a gamer tag or anything. So I was like, okay, I need to try to... I guess I gotta think of something that isn't my name. And when I went into like this, you know, generally put in my name, I'm like, oh wait a minute, there's only 4 letters. Okay. Well, oh, you know, I'll be a little bit more creative with it, I suppose. Let me try and think of something. And in that moment, I looked outside, pondering what I should do, and a crow landed on the fence. I'm like, yeah, that's good enough. And then I just went by Crow. Crow is my gamer tag for ages and ages and ages. All throughout my the Smash scene that I was in, again, I didn't like perform crazily, but it was just fun. You know, it was good fun, reason to get out with friends, play a game that you all enjoy, all that kind of stuff. And then much later down the line, Crow just kind of stuck, and I just used Crow for everything. And then I got to a point of like, you know what, I want to make content. You know, I want to get into content creation, that kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, well, I already have a gamer tag Crow, and then I'm like, oh wait. That's already, like, Point Crow, right? I don't want that to be, like I'm copying. You know, I don't want people to think that. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't just do Crow. I gotta think of something else. And then I was thinking, okay, well, when I was first starting, I was thinking, okay, what would I make content about? Well, it has to be something that I can, like, you know, just talk about off rip for, like, hours on end, right? Especially if I'm going to live stream, if I'm going to make content about it, it has to be something that you're relatively knowledgeable about. So I'm like, okay, so you have to talk about it, you have to rant about it, you can rave about it. Okay, I don't know, that raving crow. And then I, like, stuck with that for a little bit, and it's stuck ever since, just because it's going well. I've grown attached to it, so that's been the name. And in tangent with that, I realized I didn't want to show my face at all on YouTube, on anything, because you know, self-conscious, anxiety, what have you. So I'm like, okay, well, what's something I could do instead? And this was around the time where I started seeing, like, Royal Pear coming up on like my shorts feed. I'm like, hold on, this person's just using like a PNG, and he's just like doing that and moving it around when he talks and stuff. That's a really cool idea. And because I already had in my mind I was going to do Pokemon content, I took a little bit of inspiration from that. I'm like, okay, let me look at how I can do like a PNG tuber instead. And then I found this thing called VideoTube, which is what I'm currently streaming to you guys right now, where you get the little guy. And I thought, you know what, I already have the nickname Crow. That's a Crow Pokemon, so let's go with it. And yeah, went with Honchkrow. But of course I didn't just want to put like a Honchkrow PNG there, so I drew one myself ages and ages and ages ago. You can go back to like some of my really early videos and stuff, and you'll be able to see how shoddy it looked, honestly. But then recently, near the end of the Scarlet and Violet Shiny A Day series, my lovely partner helped me make a brand new one, which looks a lot better. And yeah. That's kind of the story. And then I turned into a marketable plushie. So true, so true. Oh wait, is the thing not friggin'... There we go. And then I can also be a marketable plushie. And I can also be angry. Why is it not working? Why are you being this way? I'm stuck. I'm stuck as a marketable plushie. Hold on. Why is... Yes, control 1. I'm hitting... Do I really have to be in? That wasn't the case before. Oh, you bastard. You need a full marketable plushie stream? If the demand's there. I'm a man of the people. Pretty cool story. So you got the name wrong. Hey, don't stress it, man. There's a lot of Pokemon. Yeah, I know getting like a Porygon one's gonna take some time. I mean, I do have enough to do a special scan. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's just go do a special scan. Let's see if we actually get Porygon one. Did I play any sports growing up? Oh boy, what a question. There were a few. So when I was young, I was playing a bit of soccer. You know, just to get out there and be more energetic. But the thing is, as a kid, I'm like, what's the point? Why am I kicking this ball into that goal? I understand that it's meant to do that, but like, that's not fun. That's not fun to me. It wasn't fun to me at all when I was doing it. I was like, why? This, it just, to me as a kid, it felt like futile. Like, what's the point of doing it? We didn't get a good special scan, but it's alright. No gold button for Felipe. And he knew what he had to do as well, and he chose not to, so I guess he doesn't want that golden glimmer, I suppose. But yeah, I did that for, like, I did soccer for not too long, maybe like a few months. Softball, though. Softball was fun, because I got to hit something, and it felt good to do that, you know? I got to use a tool, and I wasn't, like, gonna get bashed over the head, you know? Over a freaking ball kicking it around. Like, I guess you could make the same argument. It's like, oh, well, why didn't you think softball was, like, pointless? Like, the reason I didn't think softball was pointless was because I got to hit something with a metal bat. Are you kidding? Yeah, one, I got to do that. The thing I hated the most was, of course, the running. But, you know, I did it. Absolute beat the hell out of the incoming ball and then book it. It felt so much more structured, I think, which is why I like it. Who do I think's better, Messi or Ronaldo? I have no idea. I don't know much about soccer. I just don't know much about sports in general, genuinely. Do-do. Do-do-do. I mean, a lot of people are over in the shorts. Which battle in Pokemon did I find harder, Cynthia or Volo? Volo. Cynthia was not that hard, guys. Even in BDSP, they weren't that hard. That's true. I mean, Thunder's not here today. That's okay. Thunder's doing their own thing. They're living their life. Or, you know, something bad happened. But I'm sure they're fine. Porygon! Nah, damn it. Maybe there's Porygon. Now I'm getting all the Machamp ones? Seriously? Oh, go away. If I had to pick any shiny to redo, good and bad, which would it be for both? Ooh, you guys are not going to like my answer for this. I would redo shiny Charizard. I'd make it purple. I would give it its original shiny back. It's so much better. Purple Charizard, it's great. But if I had to choose like another Pokemon, Shiny Mega Y used to be black, but now it's... Is it? I haven't actually seen Mega Charizard Y is shiny. Or it's been very long since then. But if I had to redo a mid shiny, I would do Charizard. If I had to redesign a good shiny, so that's a tricky one because like good shinies are like good, you know. So you don't really think, oh, how would I make it better? If I had to redo a good shiny. Shiny Mega Sceptile? Honestly, no. I can see how like some people could redo that. I can see that. Yeah, Flygon and Honchkrow are great shinies. I wouldn't want to redo them. What would I redo them as? Ooh. Honestly, Honchkrow, I would invert the red and blue. Just to see what it looks like, you know? It could look good, could look bad. I'd have to go into like a editing software and change up the colors. But I always think inverted shinies are really good. If I could bring any person back from the dead, who would it be? I don't know. Necromancy is some sketchy stuff. I feel like people who are dead should stay dead. I'll probably bring back Steve Irwin though. I mean, I also think white shinies are always pretty underrated. I'm a huge fan of white shinies. Yeah, Zeraora is a good example of a good white shiny. Yeah, I think I'm talking about Pokemon Day now, but I think we're definitely gonna get like a Volo event in Legends ZA. I think that'd be hype as hell. Because they already kind of set up for it in the base game, where it's like, oh yeah, a man came in and donated this himself, and it was like Volo's outfit. So like, it'd be really fun if Volo was just like wearing normal, like, modern clothing and was like, yeah, I'm gonna challenge you to a battle. And then uses the Mega Garchomp Z Ace. Yeah, it's unrealistic we'll see Volo, but I think it'd be really cool if we did. What if he's alive like AZ for thousands of years? Who knows? Either that or he was messing with time because Dialga, Palkia, all that kind of stuff's like time and space based, right? Is there a Pokemon you would give another evolution to? I don't know. I think Convergent Evos are pretty good. I think Palpitoad would be cool if it had like a split evolution. Cause like the whole thing of Tynamo was kind of singing, right? Palpitoad is also kind of based around that. It's about like singing and stuff. So what if there was a split evolution, one of which it evolved into a conductor and the other one was Seismitoad? Alto and Soprano form. That's pretty good. See, man, I should work for Pokemon. Genuinely, I think fans always do such a better job at making Pokemon than Pokemon themselves sometimes. Like, Alto and Soprano form are just good ideas for form names. I mean, they already have like low-key, high-key form for Toxtricity, and then they have Meloetta, the music-based Pokemon, which was, what is it, Relic form? And then, I don't know the names of the forms, but it, like after it used Relic Song, turned into a fighting normal type, and then like a normal psychic type. Oopsies. Who knows how long this is gonna take? Two. Give me a 3-1, damn. Aria in pirouette form? That checks out. One's all about singing, one's about singing and dancing. Do you think I could do a kangaroo Pokemon? They already have. They did in Gen 1, my guy. What do you think Kangaskhan's meant to be? A platypus Pokemon could go pretty hard. And it has two forms, undercover and undercover form, and then I don't even know what you would call the other form. And the only difference is that it has a little fedora. The other form, it's on all fours. Undercover form and agent form. There we go. Gua 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 gua. Gua 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 gua. Yeah, Dupe's whole team is just several Rotoms, and then like a Golurk to represent Norman. I think that was the name of the robot. Norman. Or Norm. Didn't it occur to you that Kangaskhan was a kangaroo till I just said that? Yeah. Yeah, Kangaskhan's a kangaroo. What Pokemon's the most divorced? No, there would be a new convergent evolution of Mousehold. And it's a divorced Mousehold. True, water poison type for a platypus is a fun idea. True, 3 different forms of divorced Mousehold. 2 kids, 1 kid, no kid. Having completed the decks for the DLC? No, I haven't. I've been too busy shiny hunting for content and then not playing the game after I do a shiny hunt. But don't worry, as soon as we get a wheel for something that we don't have, like Kecleon, then I'll be catching it. Don't you worry. You gotta go already, Charlie Wiseman. Well, thanks for coming out. Always appreciate seeing you here. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And as always, stay hydrated and follow your dreams, my friend. His ace would be Bruxish, because no one likes it. And it's always rejected from love. But they have potential inside. What is it about Bruxish? What about Bruxish to you is so appealing? Alright, you know, I'm gonna put up an image of Bruxish. Porygon? No, no Porygon. Porygon? No Porygon. Porygon? No, it's a 2-star. Damn. This is the most bullyable thing I've ever seen. Second only to Choodle. Oh, there's a 4-star one? Nah, no Porygon. There's a Kecleon though. So you're saying this thing that I have on screen right now is desirable to look at. I'm sorry for the Brux's jump scares for majority of our viewers, but we just need to study this thing real quick. So, if we look at its teeth. This is this no. The teeth no. The little bulge thing on top of its head. Why? Why does it need that? What is the purpose of this? This little, I don't know, the bulge that's just on the top of its head. And like its colors, okay. The only thing I like is the color scheme. And it has a really good shiny. The color scheme is good, and the shiny is also good. But it's eyelash. Eyelash. I mean, it's rocking the eyelash. That's true. But like, it's a carnivore. Why is the thing? What does this eat? What Pokemon does it eat? It is the thing on the top of its head also turns into a flower when it uses its quote unquote psychic powers. I don't know. It's just so. It looks like its lips look like it did the thing where like you get a cup and you like have that on your mouth for ages, and it's just, it's crazy. All right, what's the argument for? Brux's design is a good example of new gen Pokemon having dynamic designs. The bulb there is for echolocation, and its theming stands out against others in its gen. Alright, there are some things there that I do agree with. It does stand out. That's truthful. We're talking about it right now, right? It stands out alright, but at the same time, because there's so much going on, a lot of people get confused and just don't like it. And two, I think because it's so colorful, right? It has yellow, it has blue, it has purple, it has white. 4 colors. Most Pokemon have like maybe 3. Like what's an example? Like Porygon, for example, has like 2 primary colors. I think because it is so bold, bold per se, a lot of people don't like it. But why does it need echolocation if it has eyes, which work perfectly fine? And second thought, echolocation is used with a lot of creatures that, you know, it buries itself in the sand. I need to look at freaking Brux's Pokedex entry, apparently. Let me look at this. I need to read this thing's Pokedex entry. But of course, I have to keep looking for this Porygon outbreak. Water Psychic. Alrighty, what do you gotta say? Where is my normal site? Why is it not popping up? Here we go. Alright. Two? So, it's meant to be like a submarine kind of thing. In a sense, the little thing on its head is to survey the area with its psychic powers as it buries itself underneath the sand. Porygon? Damn. It grinds its teeth with great force to stimulate its brain. That's a real line from Pokemon Scarlet's Dex entry of it. It grinds its teeth to stimulate its brain. It fires the psychic energy created from this process from the protuberance on its head. Protuberance. So Broxfish with its teeth, a toothfish, grinds its teeth to generate psychic powers on the bulb on its head, which it uses to survey the area. Huh. I'm gonna be so real, I don't know if that's a good argument for it. Specifically the grinding its teeth part. You know, most people get in trouble for grinding their teeth because it's bad for your teeth. I would never do such a thing. I wouldn't kick someone off. Alright, first come, first serve on my Animal Crossing island. You hear me? I listen to what they have to say, and if they have a good name, and they have a fun personality, boom, they're on the island. It's so crazy seeing the contrast of the duality of mankind from seeing all like the things that were happening, because like Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing New Horizons came out same day, and hearing so much from both sides, it's like all of the aggression came from the Animal Crossing community. Not like barely any aggression came from people playing Doom Eternal. Like Doom, because people use, you know, Doom as like a stress relief. It's like, oh yeah, you go through and it's fine, and you know, yeah, it's gory, but you know, they're not like yelling, they're not complaining. Animal Crossing, people who play Animal Crossing, holy shit, they're mean. They practice segregation. That's crazy. They judge people based on looks. Insane. Are there some objectively ugly villages? Yes. Does that mean you should shun them and burn them? No. How can you even say conventionally attractive to an anthropomorphic animal? There are some that are just like robots, aren't there? Burn is a little far. Not to some of the Animal Crossing community, apparently. Yay, Porygon! It's medium. So this is where we need to do the trick. We have to do the little trick that I was talking about earlier. Whoopsies. Wait. Oh, what am I doing? Ah, there we go. Alrighty. So, because it's medium, we have to do this thing where we save and then we go in, because I want to make sure Porygon's nearby. You need sleep, get some sleep. If it's 5 a.m. and you're starting to feel a bit loopy, get some sleep. Getting pretty late, at least for you in Ohio. Good luck with the shiny Porygon. Why, thank you very much, Zia. Well, I hope you have a lovely rest of your night, and thanks for tuning into the stream. Really do appreciate it. Alright, that's long enough for that. We'll go back, and now we make our way there. I'm not going to the sewers. I'm just going to run there. Am I using different scenes in OBS for the wheel? Yes, I am. Scenes are so important for OBS. Right now, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 14 different scenes. Is it on? It must be on the roof. Okay, then we go there. Up we go. And then we go across to here. What the heck is going on here? Okay. I don't remember that. Alrighty, so what we do, we save right here. And then as soon as we go in, oh, actually, I mean, there's no rock types. I guess I can just use this one. 4-star, Trust me, I know what I'm doing. You gotta be quick with it, though. I did this so much for the Machoke hunt. I do need to make some more donuts, though. Make some 4-star ones. 77, decent calories. Yeah, we'll just make another of the same. Don't worry, you'll see what I'm talking about soon. I'll just make a 5-star one, I suppose. What am I doing? Alright, well first, I'll explain it all again, in detail, to make sure no one's misunderstanding what I'm saying and you all understand. So right now I'm just making donuts, so that way I can have just more time in there, because we will need a good amount of time. We have a bunch of 4-star ones and we have one 5-star one. I'll probably use the 5-star one for this. And then we'll just get some more later. Am I going crazy? I think I'm going crazy. Yep, I'm losing my mind. Just a little though. No, I want to go up. Don't talk to me, I have things to do. So, we drop a hard save right here. We might even not have to do it if Porygon spawns really close. So, I'm just gonna use the 5-star one so we have the most amount of time. We go in. Now, I gotta be quick with this because it does save when you go in. But it takes just a few seconds until it does save. So we just gotta quickly look around. And if immediately we don't see it, alright, so Porygon's right there, so we're safe. We're safe right now, but what we can do here is it hasn't saved yet. We can close. We saw that Porygon was there, so we're not going to. But what we can do here, it hasn't saved it, so we can close, be right outside of that portal again, go in, and where they spawn is different. I explained this last stream as well. I can't remember which one I was doing it with, but I can absolutely 100% without a doubt guarantee you that that works. Because I've done it many times. I did it with the Panpour, even, actually. But now, we can just go until we get a Porygon. And there's also Baneri's behind us, I think. Yeah, there is. But yeah, there's a neat little trick. I wasn't able to show it fully, but yeah. Yeah, I mean we got the Porygon, so you gotta stay now. You gotta watch until we get it. But no, if it's like quite late, I always say get a good night's sleep, or try your absolute best to, because if you don't get good sleep, like I didn't get amazing sleep last night, which is why I started off a bit lower energy. I've gotten more energy throughout the stream, but it's it does your brain wonders, because if you lose a lot of sleep as well, because there's a certain amount of sleep that you need to be getting, and if you lose sleep, that racks up sleep debt. You know? And sleep debt's a very, very real thing. That's why people say catch up on sleep, because you literally have to catch up on sleep. It messes with a lot of your cognitive function if you don't get enough. Like, it's a lot more prone to like irrational thinking as well, and just because of how it messes around with your brain. Because your body's not getting the rest it needs. Your body's not going through that recovery phase. I already know what time it is for you. You said it earlier. It's 5 a.m. You already outed yourself. How long have we been streaming for, actually? 2.5 hours? Not bad. You forgot. See, that's another thing. If you're really tired, again, your cognitive function, things like memory, it starts getting quite, you know? So if you're very tired, you know, lay down, go to sleep. Sleep's very important. Boom, 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 boom. And this is why I need to get like blue light glasses as well. Cause like I have my pair of glasses, right? But they don't give any like level of blue light protection. And cause I'm like on, you know, I'm on screens a lot of the time doing stuff like this, you know? And just like generally speaking, you know, life has a lot of screens. So if you get like blue light glasses, it helps a lot with your sleep as well. Because blue light is harmful to like just your eyes in general. And just, it tricks your brain into staying awake a lot of the time. Like, if we didn't have any form of screens or blue light, my goodness, everyone would have such easier time sleeping. It's crazy. Because blue light just throws off your circadian rhythm like nutso. Which is why for just like health and like stuff like that, I'm really wanting to get a pair of blue light glasses just so that it doesn't affect me like that. Especially when I'm like, when I have time at night and stuff. Pokemon fans, all we know is pain. All we know is fucking Pokemon Company not doing stuff. All we know is the company putting more money into a Super Bowl ad than an actual game that a lot of people are playing and love. Man, isn't that telling? Oh man. Pokemon Day is usually a good time to be a Pokemon fan. And you know what? I just have a good feeling about this Pokemon Day. You know, I feel like we're gonna get some good stuff. Not for Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite fans are absolutely crying right now. If any of you know Pokemon Unite, anything going on with that, the game is absolute dog water. It is so bad right now. And they just keep making it worse. Are they going to be making the 3 Kanto legendary birds playable? Yeah. That's not saving it from all the changes they're making. You know? It's ridiculous. But like, I already made my predictions of it. Like, very, very loose predictions. Because, of course, there's a lot of other things we're going to get. Like, I feel as though we're definitely going to get some kind of, like, event for Legends ZA and for the, you know, Mega Garchomp Z, because that was all leaked and stuff. But I think my general things around what I said in that short, I feel like all that's going to happen. Maybe not the market collab, like the collaboration brand, but maybe a level of promotion to it. You can always use the red light to counter blue light. If you remember correctly, red is one of the lowest light colors on the Kelvin spectrum or something, so it's supposed to help. It is! Yes! That's why there's like nighttime mode for like monitors and like windows and stuff like that. Because the red light's meant to help counter that, which is really, really good on a lot of devices. And I have it on my computer, have it on my my laptop, and I have it on my phone as well. Because it helps with that, you know? Maybe if they add a life-size Whale Lord, you'll play Unite. Even then, man. Even then. Like, they added a Alolan Raichu. And Alolan Raichu is absolutely, like, one of my favorite Pokemon. And, that was during the time where I thought Unite was doing really well. And then they just kept adding worse and worse changes and just making it just generally making it so much worse. Played Unite once when it came out, never liked it. I mean, yeah, it's a MOBA, right? It's very, like, specific kinds of, like, people who enjoy it and stuff. I'd say same realm as, like, people who enjoy, like, Marvel Rivals and stuff. Same realm, but different, you know? I just don't want to mention League players. But it was League for Pokemon players. Was I crazy into it? Yeah. Yes, it was. It was the whole reason I started the channel to begin with. Isn't that crazy to think about how downhill Pokemon Unite has gone? You set the LED strips around your room and would keep them on deeper, not so bright red to help you keep relaxed with sleep. Especially help with your headaches and migraines. That's awesome. That's a really smart idea. And hey, what works, you know? Migraines are such a finicky thing. Because, like, what helps one person's migraines won't help another's. Which is weird to think about. But, like, because, like, I was trying to help with, like, Lycan's migraine they had this morning. And, like, we do all the general things. Keep everything really dark. Stay hydrated, of course. Sips of water. Get a bath, run some hot water. Put your feet in that. That helps as well. Another thing that helps some people is like an ice cold cloth on the forehead and like on the wrists and stuff. But for Lycans, it just makes it so much worse. And that's something that we learned today for certain. Like, yeah, doing like an ice cloth on the forehead immediately made their headache so much worse. So we know that now. So we know definitely to not do that next time. But yeah, but then that works with that works for other people, like having an ice cloth on their forehead and on their wrists helps in like almost immediate satisfaction with that kind of stuff. When you have a migraine, absolutely cannot have earbuds in your ears. I mean, that's fair, right? It feels like your head's like kind of compressed and you don't really need something in your ears to add to that. I think that's pretty normal for people who have migraines. Walking. What's my thought on Gen 8 as a whole? If I think about Gen 8 as a whole, I think Gen 8 is overhated. I think they had some cool ideas in there, specifically with all of the like Fae inspiration they had, which I really liked. Like, cause they had like Grimmsnarl and Impidimp and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was cool. They had Hatrim, Hatterene. I think those were quite good. Speaking of headache, you think you're starting to get one? Well, make sure that you're staying hydrated. Make sure if you've eaten enough food today. And if the headache persists, maybe take some like Panadol, Nurofen, 1 or 2 of those can help. Too much screen time can be another thing, genuinely. So if there's something like that, tear your eyes away from the screen for a little bit. Try and focus on something far away. That can also help. Could also be hot, if it's hot where you are. And if it is hot, really make sure you're staying on top of water. Yeah, modern Pokemon's like, yeah, you said it exactly right. Modern Pokemon is generally just overhated. Have you ever had a headache or like not a migraine? Or have you ever had not like a migraine or headache but your eyebrows just hurting like hell? Honestly, yeah. But I mean, that's generally what I get when I have headaches. It's like fully on the inside, like eyebrows, back of the head, sometimes like neck, but it's all like sinus pain, right? Which is why, like, if you do have sinus issues or a sinus infection, one of the first signs is like headaches, right? Because like I used to get like sinus infections quite frequently, and a tell is if you like hear like near your ear, if there's like a sore lump, then it mostly means you have a sinus infection. Yeah, but there's also like if you have any pains across your eyebrows and stuff, it can just be strain. Because like when you look at a screen and stuff and all that, just generally speaking, it's a lot of strain. But yeah, stay hydrated. If it sticks around, even if you're like sipping at water, take some Panadol. Make sure you've had food as well. Food's very important. Any kind of protein, fiber, that kind of stuff, very important. Get up, move around. If you've been sitting at a desk for ages, like stand up for a little bit. Just walk around, rebalance yourself. You can lay down as well. Make sure you get your blood moving. It can be pretty handy. Because headaches is cause like a lot of blood going to your head as well. Can cause a lot of headaches. Hey, there he is! Hey, blue Porygon. Okay, I'm doing a dive ball. Just straight up. Boom! 1, 2, 3. No! Get in the ball! What do you think you're doing? 1, 2, 3. Shiny Porygon for me. Do we have any cleanup? I think I heard one. Hello? Oh, another shiny Porygon! 2 shiny Porygons! Get in the ball. Woo! Huh. 2 shiny Porygons. Wow, and a shiny Baneri. Isn't that hilarious? And a shiny Baneri. Get in the heal ball. Boop. 1, 2, 3. Shiny Baneri. Alright, cool, we did it. I should probably check the roofs, actually. I'll quickly check the roofs. The roofs. One of your friends was hating on ZA for the script and design, calling it weak and poorly coded. However, you find it to be one of your favorite games with a good story. Honestly, I agree with you. I think Legend ZA is, I think Legend ZA is one of the better Pokemon games, genuinely. I think its story is okay. I do think it's kind of hard carried by AZ and his presence. There's another one? Bro. That's 3 shiny Porygons. Dude, I only needed 1. 1, 2, 3. No, get in the bowl, please. God damn. 3 shiny Porygons. I only needed 1. How long did I like not notice the Porygon for ages? Oh, it lagged out a little bit there. I must have just not noticed the Porygon there, because no way all 3 of them spawned like near the same time as each other. That'd be crazy. But I think that's good. Yeah, we have a shiny Porygon for every freaking line now. I mean, I think we already hunted a Porygon. So now we have a Porygon too. So we have an extra Porygon. So I'll give that. I'll give a few away, maybe. Because I know Porygon's a little bit harder to get. I need to destroy Pokeballs. That's what I need to do. I'm so glad they raised the cap for how many Mega Shards you can hold. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave now. Near into the rivers and the lakes that do used to. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Alrighty. Well, obviously the first one we caught. Ever thought about a Pokemon giveaway, or how do you keep up with all the extra shiny mons? I actually do. I actually do giveaways. Believe it or not. Usually during, like hunts like this, if I ever get a lot of, what do you call it? Oh wait, how do you evolve Porygon again? Wait a minute. Isn't Porygon 2... Porygon 2 is a trade evolution, isn't it? Ah, shit. Or do I just use the... Huh. Alrighty, well, it looks like it's a trade evolution. Okay. Alright, Lycans is lending me their Switch, so I can do this. I'm actually gonna see if you have an upgrade, just to see, because I want to see if I can get the evolution on screen. Because last time I couldn't for the Machamp, because it was just a normal trade evolution, didn't require an item. Well, Wolf is playing Pokemon Legends ZA. That's crazy. I wonder who that is. Alright. Do you have a thing? No, you wouldn't. Because you don't have the DLC. Okay. Okay, I can... Alright, because I want to catch it on screen, and because they only have a Switch 1, I wouldn't be able to put them on the dock. So what we'll do, I'm gonna give, you can have a Trico. You want a Trico? Alright, they want a Yamask. Hold on. Where's a Yamask that I maybe have? Give an item to hold. We'll give them the upgrade. And then I will trade over a Yamask. Alright, let me put these two together. Alright, link play. Link trade. And then nearby. Yay, trade partner's been found. Hooray! So now I will give them a Yamask. And you are going to give me a Bumblebee. Bye-bye, Yamask. You have spare upgrades if I need any? Why, thank you very much. But we are all good. I appreciate the offer, though. I love that it's a trade evolution. Sending it over the internet. The local wireless. Alright, so now I take the Yamask and I put it over here. I wish we still had the freaking cord link. Are you kidding? The fact that I got rid of it is absolutely abysmal. What? Did I not? No, not ranked battles. Hold on. Wait. I know. Freaking. I know that. Wait a minute. It got rid of the upgrade? What? Okay. Alright. Screw me, I guess. So, okay. Because I gave the upgrade to Yamask, right? I traded it over. Guess what happened? It arrived in Lycan's games not holding the upgrade. It deleted the upgrade item. So, you're allowed to have a Pokemon from the DLC, but not an item from the DLC? What? You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. Because I know I gave it to that Yamask. That's so dumb, dude. Oh my gosh. Jeez, man. So, I guess I just have to... Oh my god. Alright, well, I guess I just have to give this guy the freaking thing, and then... Well, you have a Yamask now. You have a Yamask regardless. That's so dumb. That's so dumb, man. It deleted the upgrade? Are you serious? Are you serious? That's so dumb. That's so unbelievably dumb. Whatever. Whatever, I guess. Headache's getting worse, think you've had enough screen time. All good. Hop off and go rest. Go sleep. I can't believe I've freaking... That's so dumb. Will it... Wait a minute. Will it even evolve? I swear. It better evolve. If it doesn't, that's beyond stupid. That's beyond bad game design. But it deleted the upgrade when I traded it over. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna turn it up. So you can hear, like, in Switch. Okay. Porygon's about to evolve. It's okay. Oh my lord, you can hear it. You can hear it evolving. There's the Porygon 2! You can't see it, but there it is. You can hear it. Mildly. That'd be so messed up if it didn't. And off we go. And as... Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. And as they are a trade evolution, I had to trade it. I didn't get the recording of the evolution, but there it is, the Porygon 2. Woo! And then when it comes down, I'll say my thoughts. And there's the Porygon 2 that we trade evolved from a Porygon to a Porygon 2. I do like it. I like the shiny quite a bit. I think it's just such a nice change, in my opinion. Are you sure they're not a guaranteed catch? Anytime I've knocked out a Shalfa, I've always gotten it. I've always, even with a Pokeball, even with a Premier Ball. No matter the Pokemon. Did you knock it out? Because I could be wrong. I could have genuinely given false information on good pretenses by accident. And if so, I'm so sorry. Okay. Shalfa isn't am I losing my mind? Jeez. All right. That's full on my bad. I'll quickly add something to that actually. All right. Let me look see. Before we continue, I'm gonna quickly go and pin that. I'm gonna pin a comment saying that. Because I don't want people to, you know, do that and then be upset. Because the last thing I want to do is give any kind of false information. Alrighty. And I'll quickly pin that. Alrighty, there we go. Well, thank you very much, Cad, for bringing that to my attention. Okay. Did I comment that on the wrong thing? I did. I sure did. Hold up. Because it was the Vivian one that I said it was. Alright, hold up. Hold up. Just a little bit of change right now. Just a little bit of prep. Yeah, so knocking them out doesn't make it a guaranteed catch, but their catch rate is very, it is a lot higher. The catch rate's a lot higher if it's a shiny alpha. Okay. Shiny alpha. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Done and dusted. What do we call it? Duke. And you know what? I'm kind of leaning towards Bill, actually. Because one, Bill, owner of the PC in the Kanto region, obviously. But two, there is a mascot in Australia called Bubblegum Bill. Bubblegum Bill? It's an ice cream thing. Is it? I believe so. I think it's an ice cream brand called Bubblegum Bill. And it kind of looks like bubblegum colors. So speaking to me as an Australian, as well as, you know, Bill, you know, double meaning from Kanto, I'm gonna call it Bill. Yeah. And your name is going to be Bill. One, as a reference to Kanto's Bill, the creator of the PC, and two, Bubblegum Bill from Australia. It's an ice cream. Look it up. The image of what it looks like is on screen now. It has no correlation. I just thought of it. So yeah, your name's going to be Bill. Bada bing, bada Bill. Okay. Whew, I'm hungry. But bye-bye, Bubblegum Bill. BBGB. Okay, do I feel like another hunt is possible right now? Hey, registered! That's my first Porygon too! Hooray! Well, let's see if there's an Aron. Is there an Aaron? An Aaron present? Aaron? There's not an Aaron. Is there Onyx? There's nothing. If there was a Helioptile, I would have screamed and shouted and let it all outed. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think that's actually all the time that I have for today. Unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm running low on energy. Actually, I need food in me, and I need to get some other work done. So, hold up. Sure, we'll do a happy face. Why not? Thank you all so much for watching. Really do appreciate every single one of you here. Those of which who have donated, thank you that extra little mile. You really didn't have to, but I really do appreciate it. All of those who have been along with these streams for so long now. I know Star, you've been, so thank you all so much for your support. I will see all of you tomorrow for our Pokemon Black Randomizer Nuzlocke. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. And as always, please remember to stay hydrated and follow your dreams. I'll see all you tomorrow.